All right, hockey fans. Hopefully, you can hear me. If somebody can comment that you can hear me, that would be terrific. All right. So I'm at center ice, and this is right where the Zamboni comes out. Pretty interesting. I guess they do things different in Canada. We are in Cornwall, Canada, home of Colts hockey. Cornwall Colts play in the CCHL. Former players, Dave Ezard, as well as Howard Chuck. I believe Dale Howard Chuck played here. I saw his, actually, I'm very confident it was Dale Howard Chuck. I saw his picture out in the hallway from his championship team of 1980 and 1981. He played here 79 to 80, 80 to 81, and on to bigger and better things. So I got somewhat of a roster for Cornwall. In goal, they've got number 30, Adam Varasic. And for the Utica Junior Comets, in net, number 31, McAllister Watt. Utica pushes his puck into the O zone. There's a backhand shot by Tyler Main. Misses, goes wide. Drew chasing after it, going to pick that puck up, though. I believe Dmitry Titovsky. Puck sent back for Milan Casco. Takes that behind the net, sends it over his corner, loses it. Gavin Aceto centering pass, and Drew Main tried tipping it. Went into, back behind the net, and that one gets covered up by Varacek of OHA. I think I could zoom in just a touch more, maybe. So this ice was clear for at least a half an hour before 4:30, but these boys didn't get out on the ice until 4:30. So I don't know what that was all about. I guess a scheduled game is a scheduled game. Colin Aceto takes that face-off. Puck goes back to Aiden Van Wee. In other news, Kingston, Canada, Estelle Dallin with the first goal of her game. They lead 1-0. The Wranglers. Yeah, I think they're from Kingston. Oliver Greger Janik takes that around back behind his net, comes up on the far side into the neutral zone, runs into some traffic. Colin Aceto steals that puck, passes over to Drew Wichley. Wichley passes up to Dallin. Dallin, one touch to Law. James Law shot just off the end of the glove of Adam Varacek. Goes into the corner, sent back behind the goal by OHA. Tobias Tomek. Short pass over to Jordan Laycock. Laycock breakout pass is blocked by James Law. He dove down, and Cameron Dallin fell down at the same time. That's weird. There goes Fabian Kotchin. Drop pass back to Janik. Oliver. Shot, save made. McAllister Watt. Drop pass back to whoever's wearing 68. I'll see if I can't figure that out. Loshing getting outskated by Gavin Aceto. Stop centering pass. Tyler Main shot. And a save made by Adam Varacek. We're almost 2 minutes into this scoreless game here in Cornwall, Canada. Drew Main pushes that forward. Centering pass. Oh, goes across. Noah Brewer got a piece of it. Couldn't get it out, though. Tyler Main passes to his brother, Drew. Drew pressed up against the boards. Puck comes into the middle. Gavin couldn't get it. Joey LaBeouf grabs that puck. Tries sending this forward. Goes off the skates of Chad Hull and comes back. Hull picks that puck up in the neutral zone. Passes it over to Tyler. Tyler dumps that puck in. This puck comes out into the neutral zone along the boards where I can't see it, and that's why I didn't know where it was. So check this out. You know, we normally see the hole in the scorer's booth is a circle the size of a puck. This is a 3-inch by 1-inch rectangle to pass a puck through. Crazy Canadians. Bringing that puck in is Josiah Eiserhoff, who's in the slot, in the paint, and that gets covered up by McAllister Watt. I don't know the centimeters. Puck comes up, goes into the neutral zone. Milan Vizicasco for OHA grabs that puck, loses it, going in deep to grab it. Aiden Lum in the corner and can't maintain possession of that puck coming out. Oliver Gregor Janik brings this into the offensive end. Centering pass, and that goes through the legs of Vizicasco. He goes back to the point to save it, fires this in at the hash mark. Over there is Ian Lashinsky playing that puck out. OHA shot is blocked. That one is cleared out into the neutral zone. Milan at Vizicasco gets it, sends this down. Icing waved off. Aiden Van Wee back to get it. Van Wee from his trapezoid skates this up on the near side. It's Witchley. Witchley one touch to Colin Aceto. Colin into the ozone shot. Tipped off the glass. Law going after it. Grabs it at the hash mark. Fires this into the corner. Colin Aceto not able to hold on to it. Dmitry Tatovsky puts this into the neutral zone. Collected there by Chad Hall Jr. He dumps that puck in. Played off the backboard by Martin Loshing. Loshing back to get it. Sends this along the near side. Fabian Caution trying to get that out. Joey LeBeau holds this in. Shot fired. Colin Aceto save made. Hull holds that in on the far side at the hash mark. Puck grabbed though by Nicholas Piette. Out into the neutral zone. Turned back in. Loshing grabs it. Loshing off the board. Gets this to Caution. Fabian Caution tries dumping it in. Goes on net. Save made. McAllister Watt feeds this to Chad Hull. Hull over to Dallin. Dallin passes forward to Colin Aceto. Aceto in. Toe drag through the circle. Knocked out into the neutral zone by Morton Loshing. Up to get it. Number 68, whoever he is. Save made. I'll try to catch his name. He turns around. Does something. Menard gets that. 93. There's a shot and a save made. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up. There are some of these guys that were not on the roster that I found. Drew Main taking that face off, loses the draw to Dmitry Tatovsky. Tatovsky gets as this sent around behind, and OHA trying to get this out, but Doyne not able to. Held in by Witchley. Comes back to Witchley again. Fires this all the way around. Tyler Main on the far side. Couldn't play. Aiden Van Wee holds that in. Grabs his back. Dumps it in deep. Drew Main's going to pick this up. Oh, no, he's not. Over skates at Tobias Tomek for OHA. Passes this puck up to that 27 kid whose name barely fits on his jersey. Clearly not a Canadian. Here's Witchley up to Gavin Aceto. Gavin into the ozone. Shot, glove save, Adam Voracek. Oliver Janik taking that face off against Aiden Lum. Pulling that puck out. For a moment, Baki had it. Coming back the other way, Fabian Caution. Caution, forced back line, centering pass, blocked by Hull. It's all over. It's loose in the paint, swatted in. It's a goal scored by Noah Brewer. So OHA goal scored by number 6, Noah Brewer. I don't know who assisted. Time of the goal, 6:02 of the first period. And OHA out to an early lead here in Cornwall. Why not? It's their home rink. There's a face-off, and OHA goes off sides. Cameron Dallin knocked that puck out of the zone. It got swatted back in, but the forwards had already crossed the blue line. Janik facing off against Colin Aceto. Puck comes back. Chad Hull trying to send up. Aceto knocks that puck down out of the air, trying to skate that through. Sent over against the boards. Dallin plays it off the boards, dumps it in on net. Save made, Adam Varasic, and he's going to hold on to it. 10:41 remaining in this opening period. 1-0 OHA with the lead. Going to get a line change out here for Utica as well as OHA. Drew Main taking that draw. Puck taken away by Tobias Tomek. Tomek feeds this up to that guy wearing number 11. I don't know who that is. Tomek fires that in. Picked up. Joey LaBeouf sends this around. Tyler Main trying to swat that puck out. Get this out through the air. And Gavin Aceto not able to get it. Puck picked up by Tobias Tomek. Tomek, D-to-D pass over to 68. Puck comes back out. Drew Main sends this high in there. And catching that for the out is Adam Varasic. Drops it off behind the net. Puck comes out, goes back in now. Drew Main going after it. Busy Caxo with it. Centering pass. Dallin not able. It doesn't reach him. Puck goes back to Drew to Tyler to Dallin. It's a goal! Cameron Dallin with the first goal for Utica. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 40, Cameron Dallin. Assisted by number 23, Tyler Main. From 13, Drew Main. Time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 7:28 of the first period. And this game is tied up at 1. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Witchley plays it forward, goes off the board. Loshing going after it. No icing. Loshing grabs it, goes into his trapezoid. Passes up on the left side to a teammate. Aiden Van tries to get that away, not able to. Oliver Janik with it. Puck gets knocked away. Dallin picks it up. Dallin off the boards trying to hit Colin, not able to. Loshing turns his back, goes right to Witchley. Witchley battling for it from the center line, fires that towards the goal. It gets blocked by Jordan Laycock. Laycock drops this off behind him to number 27. And now skating out with this puck, Oliver Janik. Janik has his pocket picked by Colin Aceto. Colin stick lifted by Manuel Bedoin, but Colin able to come back up. He runs into a player. Law with it, shot high and wide left. Going back to pick it up, number 93 for OHA. He feeds this up to Caution. Caution over to Oliver Janik. Janik turns this puck over to Chad Hull. Hull coming in at the top of the circle. Puck taken away by Fabian Caution. Fabian goes down. Still had possession of puck. Baki couldn't get it away. Dmitry Titovsky pushes this up against the board to LaBeouf, trying to block it and keep it in away from Menard. Menard's number 93. Everybody's over there on this side. Holy cow. How many boys can you fit? And now that puck comes out, and Chad Hull's got to skate all the way after it. Hull sends this over to the corner for Gavin Aceto. Gavin feeds it up to Baki. And that Baki misses it. Puck goes all the way down. That's an icing. We'll bring the face-off all the way down by McAllister. What? Tatowski taking the face-off for OHA, pulls it back. Gavin Aceto steps up, grabs that puck. Menard takes it away from OHA and dumps that puck in deep. Hull from behind the net along the boards. Gavin Aceto tries to get it out. Menard able to hold it in, drops that puck all the way back in. Joe LaBeouf chases after it. Whoopsie. That went too high. It hit the netting. 1-1 here in Cornwall. Face-off won by Drew Main. Tried shoveling it over to Witchley. Witchley not able to get it. DeBrugian picks that up. That's number 68. I'll figure this out before the game's over. Maybe. Nice hit by Witchley. Puck sent behind by Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee in the corner. Stopped short to lose Janet. Van Wee feeds this up to Tyler Main. Tyler tries sending his head, got deflected. Menard grabs it, turns it back into the neutral zone. Witchley stepped up to play that puck, went off his stick into the bench of the Utica Junior Comets. Will have a face-off in the neutral zone, right where the official is standing. Because he's got the puck. That's how we do that. Drew Main for the face-off. You get a piece of it, taken away OHA. Martin Loshing feeds this over D to Tomek. Tomek skates up and dumps that puck in. Stalled behind a net by Watt. Fed over to Witchley. Witchley sends this over for Gavin Aceto. Aceto tries breaking that out, makes its way to Tyler. Now Drew Main. Drew over the blue line into the ozone. Sends this back for Tyler. Tyler curls around to his right. Sends this back into the corner. There is nobody there for Utica. OHA. Tobias Tomek feeds this puck out to Oliver Janik. Janik is taken out, and this puck comes back out into the neutral zone, hustling over for Morton Loshing. Now passed over to Tomek. Tomek through the neutral zone into the ozone. Top of the slot shot blocker, save by Watt. Tyler Main tries feeding this out and does, because Oliver Janik swings and misses. And he gets tripped by Gavin Aceto, but apparently in Canada, that's not a rule. Oliver Janik with this puck now, dancing around, gets this up to Manuel Beaudoin. Drew Main tried clearing it, held in. Now it's not. Played out by Milan Bizicasco. Dalin checks him against the board, gets his puck, tried feeding it over to Colin Aceto, but it gets intercepted by Beaudoin. Beaudoin loses this at the blue line. Dallin's able to poke it out, and Koroshalov, number 27, I don't need a bigger piece of paper. Puck played back behind the Utica net. Colin Aceto able to just nip this puck out into the neutral zone. Passes back to Witchley. Witchley skates it up on the far side. Crosses over to center line, dumps that in, and goes off for his line change. Milan Bizicasco picks that puck up from the trapezoid, passes it up to Koshin. Koshin one touch back out to Bizicasco. Casco into the corner on net. Save made. Puck fired into the corner. In the corner with it, Dmitry Tatovsky. Puck comes up. Loshing not able to hold it in, but the official says he did. I'm pretty sure I saw that come out. I saw white. Colin Aceto looking for that puck. Chad Hull comes up with it. Hull off the boards, trying to get it out. Held in by Fabian Caution. Caution goes down. Dalin gets the puck out. Loshing picks it up for OHA. Caution comes out. Loshing in. Dalin, nice grab of that puck. Sends it over to the boards. Loshing sends it in deep around onto the far side. Hull battling. Puck comes up to the point. Menard sends this over to Loshing. Loshing missed the net by a solid 7 feet. Loose puck picked up by Caution. Caution sends this hard into the corner. Tried to get it to bank out in front, but it does not. Puck passed up. Gavin Aceto skating out. Oh, what an elbow to the face of Noah Brewer. We're letting that go. Refs forget their whistles or something? Centering pass gets blocked. Coming out is Menard. Menard right through the center of the ice, attacked by Hull from behind, and Drew Main from in front. Loose puck. Main picks it up, feeds it over to Joe LaBeouf. LaBeouf up for Gavin Aceto. He got a piece of it, but he's on the wrong side of the center line, and that's an icing. I heard a whistle. At least one guy out there has a whistle. 3 minutes and 11 seconds, or in Canadian, 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first period. DeBrugen taking that face-off for OHA, won by Colin Aceto. Drew Witchley ices that puck, and looks like Adam Varasic's water bottle fell off the net, and he picks it up. Looks a little empty. Another face-off. Looks like Janik is going to take it against Colin Aceto. Janik wins, pulls this back to Tomek. Tomek fires this across. Number 11 got a piece of it. I haven't collected his name yet, but 11 has it. 11, top of the slot, backhand pass, goes to nobody. Fired off the boards by Jordan Laycock. Comes up for Bakke. Bakke skating with this puck. Bakke dumps it in. Goes around, stopped behind the net by Adam Varasic. Board pass to DeBrugen. DeBrugen gets us into the neutral zone. Not to anybody in particular. Aiden Van Wee fires it back, goes off the stick of Tomek. He lost it. Bakke trying to get at it, but 11 cut him off. 11 skates us through the boards, fires us up to the blue line, turned over, and Utica has it. That was a knee-on-knee, but it was an offsides by Aceto. Look at those two guys hugging it out at center ice. Dmitry Petovsky taking a face-off against Cameron Dalin. Dalin wins this draw, gives this to Law. Law sends it over to Tyler Main. Tyler dumps that puck in. Varasic not able to hold it, but picking that puck up. Morton Loshing. Loshing out to his left side, feeds this up, and that is drifted to Chad Hull, whom I think I called Tyler Main before. Puck grabbed almost by Tatovsky. Turned back and sent in. Loshing going after it. Loshing on the far side, trying to skate his way up in the middle. Goes off the stick of Koroshalov. Turned over. Chad Hull picks it up. Hull from the trapezoid feeds this up for Law. Law looking. Oh, just missed Colin Aceto. Loshing dumps this in, and it's picked up by Joe LaBeouf. So Law trying to feed this over for Dalin. Dalin against the boards, dumps his puck in deep. Colin Aceto going after it. Milan Bizikaxo gets it first. Law blocks it, comes up. LaBeouf trying to hold that puck in, feeds this back to Colin Aceto. Aceto sends this into the corner. Milan Bizikaxo back to the trapezoid for safety, looking to get something going for OHA. Passed over to Dmitry. Now Manuel Beaudoin turns this over. Gavin Aceto sends this ahead to Drew Main. Drops this back for Tyler. Tyler from the left side. Back behind the net into the corner. Tyler loves that top of that circle. Backhands this over to Drew Witchley. Andrew shot save made by Varasic. Into the corner. The puck goes. Koroshalov plays it into the trap. So it comes out in front. And Oliver Janik not able to. Oh, yes, he does. He passes it over to Tomek. Tobias loses as he crosses the blue line. Drew Main coming back the other way. Drew, he's got Caution on him. Caution able to knock that puck free and knock Drew down. Caution coming away with this puck. Caution over the blue line. Slows down, top of the circle, centering pass. Tyler Main not able to get it. Noah Brewer puts it on net, save made. Rebound picked up by Oliver Janik in the middle, and that is misplayed by Noah Brewer, picked up by Gavin Aceto. And he ices the puck. 0.2 seconds remaining in the first period. Why I think Gavin Aceto sent that down. Instead of taking one more stride and dumping it, he just assumed the period would end. But it didn't. And now it has. At the end of one period of play, it is 1-1 between Utica and OHA here at the Cornwall Civic Center in Cornwall, Canada. Cornwall, Ontario, Canada, I believe. So period number 2 is going to begin in just a minute. Whoa, where'd the fourth official come from? We got a second linesman. It's all Canadian steel. That's why they have so much of it. U.S. steel, you wouldn't have needed so many to support the roof, you know? Looking up at the steel girders, there is a ton of steel. Catwalk up there. Also known as steel grating. Not supplied by Eaton. We don't make them like that. Some bolted framing strut channel up there as well. It also does not look like it was provided by Eaton. So, poo-poo on Cornwall. Dmitry Titovsky taking a face off against Colin Aceto. Aceto got this over to Dallin, and that gets turned back by Milan Vizicakso. Chad Hull feeds this forward. Law plays it, falls down, held in by Koroshlov. Here comes Chad Hull Jr. in deep, centering pass. Oh, Colin Aceto has it stolen by Tobias Tomek. Cut that pass off. Tomek wrapped up by Aceto. Titovsky picks this up, brings this in to the slot, turned away by Dallin. Puck goes right to Menard. He fires this in deep. Tomek shot, blocked by LeBeuf. Joe has Koroshlov on him. Now Tomek. Puck sent all the way around on the far side. Dallin going after it. Backhands this by Dmitry Titovsky into the neutral zone. Menard gets a piece of it, carrying it forward for OHA off the stick of Colin Aceto. Gloved down by Joey LeBeuf. LeBeuf in his trapezoid has Koroshlov in front of him. Passes over to James Law. Law waited too long. Manuel Bedoin came over, but able to get that to Colin Aceto. Aceto sends this all the way across. Jordan Laycock picks that up before Cameron Dallin can. Laycock coming around on the near side of his goal. Laycock into the neutral zone. Laycock carries this all the way coast to coast for Laycock and pops this back into the corner. Aiden Van Wee hits Tyler Main. Tyler coming up now. Tyler's turn. Pass this over to Gavin Aceto. Aceto stops high. The circle centers that. Tip from Tyler to Drew. Not able to get it on net. Drew puts us into the corner for Tyler. Tyler back to Drew. Shot save made. Rebound in the corner. Played up by OHA. Held in by Drew Witchley. Gavin Aceto shot blocked by the leg of Morton Loshing. Gavin Aceto to Van Wee. Shot. Glove down. Smacked out of the air onto the ice by Adam Varasic of OHA. Drew facing off against Oliver Janik. Janik pulls this over and Loshing fires this around. Passed out into the neutral zone for Oliver Janik. He dumps that puck all the way down. Aiden Van Wee back to pick it up. Van Wee has Noah Brewer coming over to him. Brewer gets that away from Tyler Main, goes back to the corner. Van Wee passes behind the goal to Witchley. Witchley fires this over for Tyler. Tyler's going to play that off the boards and carry it forward. Unscathed into the ozone. Shot, save made. Nobody close enough for rebound. That goes off the leg. The goalie fed that out. It went off of Loshik. It went back on net. Here comes Oliver Janik trying to get around Witchley and does. Shot, save made. McAllister Watt. Tyler Main in the corner feeds this out into the neutral zone. Vizicakso picks this up for OHA. Turns this back around from his zone against the boards. Brewer got a piece of it. Oh, no, he did not. I thought he had it. That's an icing. Milan Vizicasco? No, I thought he was going to line up for the faceoff. Instead, Dmitry Tatovsky facing off against James Law. Tatovsky pulls his back, and Tobias Tomek rips us all the way around far side for DeBrugen. DeBrugen hits number 11, whose last name I've not been able to figure out yet. Joey LeBeouf takes it away from him, though. Gets this up to Xavier. Xavier has it taken away by mystery man number 11. It comes back to Baki. Knocked away by 11 again. LeBeouf had enough of that. Feeds this to Law. Law back behind his net. Try hitting Lashinsky. Ian lifted his leg, and that puck goes wide of the net. Let's see, where's 11? Gunner. Number 11, Gunner. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell that at you. Dmitry Tatovsky taking the face-off. Looks like he's got Gunner on his right wing and DeBrugen on the left wing. Defense, Busy Casto and Tobias Tomek. Puck comes back to Tomek. Shot fired off the leg of Dmitry. Tatovsky with it along the boards, feeds us into the corner. Gunner over there. Gunner pressed up by LeBeouf. Coming over to pick that puck up is DeBrugen. And that puck is misplayed into the neutral zone by IHA. OHA, not IHA. OHA. Here's DeBrugen carrying this in. Tried to sneak that around Hull. Hull forced that puck into the corner and forces DeBrugen up against the glass. DeBrugen comes away with the puck, though. Gets around LeBeouf backhand. Tried to wrap around. Nothing doing. McAllister Watt with a good save. And DeBrugen backhanded that out to the point, and the guy that was playing point didn't even look at it. Puck sent forward. Colin Aceto picks it up. Sends this back to LeBeouf. LeBeouf from his knees to show how simple this game really is. Colin Aceto forces himself offsides. Milan Vizicasco fires that in. Watt misses it in the trapezoid. Puck goes over to the far side. Manuel Bedoin trying to play that puck. Everybody's having a hard time. Held in by Oliver Janik. He skates that forward, tipped away. Now passed over to Laycock. Laycock fires this into the corner. LeBeouf there battling for that puck. Moves it up to the hash marks. Now it's taken away by Oliver Janik. Oliver to Menard. Shot fired. Save made. Puck goes into the corner. Now up to the point. Laycock with it. Feeds this forward for Koroshalov. That's what I'm making up his name to be. Oliver Janik with it now. Koroshalov loses that puck, and Colin Aceto. I don't know how that bounced the way it did, but that's an icing. I think he caught that stanchion there, and it ricocheted across. 12 minutes remaining in the second period. We are still tied at 1 goal apiece. Drew Main taking a face-off against Dmitry Tatovsky. And Drew wins that draw. Witchley off the glass, knocked down out of the air by Laycock. Shot, glove save, McAllister Watt. Maine wins that draw. Puck is sent forward, and it is going to ice. Oh, almost stopped short of the line. Drew Main wins another faceoff, this time against Fabian Kotchen. Puck comes back. Milan Vizicasco picks it up, feeds this puck over to Loshing. Loshing sends this up in the neutral zone. Witchley able to get it away from Kotchen. Pass this puck back to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee to Witchley. Witchley breaks this out to Drew Main, and that's going to go all the way down for another icing. 11:22 remaining in this second period. 1-1 is the score. Drew Main taking the face-off against Oliver Janik. Janik pushes this into the corner. Witchley rips this all the way around for Tyler Main. He touches this out to Drew Main. Drew into the O-zone. Taken out is Gavin Acino. Now pass over. Gavin shot. Oh, misses. Puck comes up the corner. Tyler catches it just in time. Feeds this forward. Goes off the stick of Gunner. Picked up by that guy. DeBrugen. That's right. There's a shot and a save. Tyler Main sends this up. Busy Caxo picks this up. Feeds this into the far side for DeBrugen. Back to Gunner. Tipped by Tyler Main at the point. Busy Caxo with it. Trying to make some space. Puts this on net. Glove save McAllister Watt. DeBrugen was there. Not able to get his stick on it to redirect it. Otherwise, that would have been a sweet tip-in. But a great glove save by McAllister Watt. So the fans are filling in. This facility holds over 7,200 people. So it looks really empty, even though there's a decent amount of parents and siblings and girlfriends watching, I'm sure. Menard fires that forward as OHA won that faceoff. Puck goes around. Lum gets this to Dalin. Dalin can't get it out. Manuel Bedoin brings this in at the hash mark. Drop pass back for Dmitry Tatovsky. He fires. That goes off of Cameron's leg. Chasing it down, Tobias Tomek. He's got Dalin right on him. Law tried to cut it off. Puck up to Bedoin. Bedoin one touch into the middle for Janik. Back to Bedoin. Top of the slot. And battling Law. Just not strong enough. Puck goes back to Janik. Janik to his left. Law forces him to go in deep. Shot from the point. Save. Rebound. Save. That's two shots for Manuel Bedoin. Two saves for McAllister Watt. The sound system in here is phenomenal. I wish I knew what the PA mic sounded like. Dalin backhands that up, held in at the point by Tobias Tomek. Dalin guarding it, but puck picked up by Koroshalov. Sends it in deep. Bedoin there, sends it up. Dalin stepped on the puck and fell down. There's a shot by Dmitry, save made. Puck pushed over to Menard. Menard sends this in deep for Dmitry Tatovsky. Aiden Lum takes that puck away, sends this behind the net. Dalin grabs it in the corner, looking for somebody to feed it out to. Dalin able to keep that away from OHA. Off the boards around Dmitry. Brings this to the middle around Tomek. Dalin coming in, top of the slot, feeds Law. He's attacked by Tobias Tomek, forced into the corner. Law, trapezoid, sends this up, top of the slot. Hull not able to pull the trigger. Colin Aceto sends this over to the board. Puck taken away by Koroshalov. Koroshalov, second attempt, sends this ahead. Chad Hull got a piece of it, slows that puck down, chases after, picks it up in the face-off circle. 9 minutes to go in the second period. Passes this puck up. Drew Main turns and dumps this puck in. Off the backboard, picked up by Jordan Laycock. Laycock sends this around. Aiden Van Wee trying to turn this back in. Laycock there. Sends this back up to the point. Janik trying to force it out and does. Janik has Baki on him. Skates around him. Oliver Janik in at the goal, and Aiden Van Wee back in time to knock that puck loose. Fabian Kotchin back to the point. Fired forward by Loshing. Goes behind the net. And here comes Drew Main. Has Lashinsky behind him. Sends that towards the middle. Puck taken away by Fabian Kotchin. Kotchin hits this up to Oliver Janik. Janik across to Brewer. Brewer moving in the slot. Backhand shot. And McAllister Watt uses the blade of his paddle to push that to the corner. Kotchin to the corner. Followed up by Brewer. Brewer's shot blocked. Van Wee sends this all the way around. Morton Loshing holds this at the point. Sends this up to the hash mark for Oliver Janik. Puck taken away by Drew Witchley. Witchley lost this into the air. Settles down at center ice for Morton Loshing. Loshing dumps this back in, but that gives a bit of a break for this Utica team. Aiden Van Wee sends this. That got tipped into the air by Gunner. Drops down. Lashinsky trying to force it forward. Backhand shot. Drew Main deflected up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the OHA zone. 7.5 minutes remaining. That puts us at the Nope, we're just past the, we're a minute past the halfway mark of this game. Drew Main taking the draw. Puck comes back to Chad Hull. Hull draws it over towards the middle. Shot, save made, rebound. Drew wide of the net. Tries setting this out in front. Gets tipped, finds some air. Chad Hull can't keep that in, but he pulls it away ever so importantly from DeBrugen. Otherwise, DeBrugen would have been on a breakaway. Tobias Tomek takes this back behind his net. Passes it up for Gunner. Gunner feeds this out. Knocked down by Hull. But it goes right to Gunner again. Gunner carries it into the ozone, passes it ahead for Dimitri. Dimitri tried centering that, and Gavin Aceto takes that puck away. Sends this up, held in at the point by Tobias Tomek, who delivers it in deep for Dmitry Tatovsky. Now this sent back up for Tobias. Tomek passes across to Milan. Busy Caxo fires out wide of the net. Swung around, and Tobias again puts that on net. Save made. Rebound by Gunner. Save. Puck drops down in the slot. Tyler Main puts this out. Grabbed by Milan Busy Casco. Dumps this back in. OHA checks up onsides and changes their line. Aiden Van Wee hits a Tyler Main on the stretch pass. Tyler trying to lean, covered. He had Menard all over him. And they're having a discussion about that play. There's a save made by Adam Varasic. Puck goes to the corner. Menard up to Beaudoin. Beaudoin feeds this out into the middle for Karashalov. Karashalov forced into the corner by Hull. Loses that puck, comes back and grabs it, swings and misses, jumps this back into the trapezoid. An easy play for Chad Hull to return back to Joey LaBeouf. LaBeouf sends this up, held in by Menard. Joe LaBeouf with the puck. LaBeouf looking, has Gavin Aceto, passes it to the official. The official kicks it over to Oliver Janik. Janik to Beaudoin. Beaudoin in the ozone. Beaudoin tried to pass it across, deflected by Drew Main to Joe LaBeouf. LaBeouf has nobody to pass to. Tries skating this out at center ice, dumps that down, knocked out of the air by the high stick of Morton Loshing, and he touched it again. And high stick it is. So we'll have a face-off to the right side of Adam Varasic. Oliver Janik takes that face-off, trying to drive forward. Fabius Caution in the neutral zone. James Law turns that puck back. Colin Aceto going after, lifted back up by OHA. Now moving in, Fabian Caution stopped short. Drew Witchley coming around, pass back to Menard. Menard sends this around. Aiden Van Wee picks this up. Puck goes in the air, so he couldn't take it with him. Noah Brewer battling, sends this puck to the corner. James Law over there to collect this puck. Feeds this out. Oh, cut off by Janik. Janik, shot, save made. Van Wee takes this to the corner. Fabian Conchin are not able to play. Menard fires this back, and Colin Aceto able to carry this out. Off the boards, it comes back. Van Wee to Colin. Colin moves this forward. Loshing there to grab it for OHA. That's a high stick off of Colin's stick. Brewer touches it, so no more high stick. Aiden Van Wee back behind his net to play that puck. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. 1-1 is the score. DeBrugen trying to keep Aiden Van Wee honest. He's an honest boy, but he iced the puck. 4:17 remaining in the second period. 1-1 is the score. OHA scored first 6 minutes into the game. That goal scored by Noah Brewer. And then about a minute and 25 seconds later, Cameron Dallin scored, assisted by Tyler from Drew Main. Oh, that goes off of McAllister for the save. Gunner battling for OHA. Puck comes up and trying to take that shot to Bruges. Nice back checking by Utica. Here's DeBrugen. Aceto knocked it free. Dimitri shot. Rebound comes up for Busy Caxo. Attacked by Law. Busy Caxo into the middle for Gunner. LaBeouf sends this over to the board. James Law picks this up. Sends this out. That goes off the skate of Laycock. LaBeouf gets it while OHA checks up onside. Chad Hull thinking he's got more time than he really does. DeBrugen in there. Puck pass back for LaBeouf. Joe missed it. Comes up, and that puck is sent in the air, knocked down by Laycock. Law couldn't get it away from Laycock. Coming over to Brujan, picks that puck up, passes it back to Milan Vizikaxo, feeds it to Gunner, over to Tatoski. Tatoski crossed the line before that puck. I would have called him offsides, but I don't have a whistle. The Brujan with it, hash mark, top of the circle, feeds us over center point, shot fired by Vizikaxo, deflected over the net. Dimitri into the corners, got LaBeouf and Hull on him. Gunner trying to pull that puck out, but the skate of James Law is holding that puck in. Loose puck, Dalin trying to swat it out. Stopped by DeBrugen. DeBrugen feeds this over to Milan Vizikaxo. He tried to bank it in, but it went off the glass awkwardly. Oh, this puck is taking some weird bounces. Is that thing frozen? Joey LaBeouf feeds this up to Gavin Aceto. Gavin loses it in the transition. Dmitry Tatoski back into the offensive end. Dmitry tries to get that shot taken away. Drew Main has it. Drew Main coming back. He's got Gavin Aceto in the middle. Drew still firing. Shot, save, made, and held on to by Adam Barasic. And Karashalov lost his stick, and he's fixing his jersey there. Number 27. I mean, look at all the letters on that name there. Drew Main wins that faceoff, but cutting it off is Karashalov. Nope, that is Beaudoin. Manuel Beaudoin takes that all the way down. 1-1 tie, 2 minutes to go in the second period. Aiden Van Wee up to Gavin Aceto. Gavin just no look, fed that forward. Tobias Tomek got a piece of it. Otherwise, that would have been an icing. Tobias fires this around for Menard. Menard trying to feed it out. Witchley and Gavin Aceto able to hold it in, but that puck comes back out. Beaudoin tried giving that to Menard. He loses it. Aiden Van Wee fires this across, tic-tac-toes off of a few people. Drew Main trying to send that in deep, and it goes all the way to the corner for Tyler. Tyler trying to center it around Janik. Too much of Janik's body in the way, though. Moving out with this puck is Beaudoin. Beaudoin shot, saved, McAllister Watt. Rebound collected by Karashalov. Karashalov drops this off of Menard. Menard, top of the circle, feeds this to Janik. Janik comes over to the slot, sends this all the way across to the other side. Played off the boards by Tomek. On net, diving out for it, McAllister Watt. He blocks it with his stick for the save. One minute and 15 seconds remaining in period number 2. Dmitry Tatarsky lined up for the faceoff for OHA. Coming in to take the draw for Utica is James Law. Law pushes this ahead, and Baki able to get this into the neutral zone, turned back by OHA. Puck goes right to LaBeouf, though. Law fires that out, touched by Baki into the corner. Back to get it is Loshing. Morton Loshing around behind his net. Feeds this forward, touched up for Dmitry Tatovsky. Dmitry attacked at the blue line. Baki gets the loose puck. Baki fires this out for Lashinsky. Lashinsky chases after it. And, Dmitry Tatovsky's down. I think he got slashed. Yeah, Dimitri's going up. His hand got slashed, but the refs have no idea who slashed him. And they're going to have to face up down in the OHA zone, totally penalizing OHA for Dmitry Kotovsky getting hurt by somebody slashing his hand. Okay. Law in for the draw. Face off won by Janik. OHA trying to feed that puck out. Puck goes to Brewer. Fires us all the way off the board, collected by Drew Witchley. He turns, fires it up for Lashinsky, who touches it into the offensive zone, neutral zone, I mean. It gets dumped in by Loshing. Aiden Van Wee to Witchley. Witchley fires this out, intended for Law, but he put it on the wrong side of James. Laycock back, plays that puck behind his net for Loshing. Loshing feeds this out. Baki touches it in the neutral zone to get it over to Witchley. Witchley from his end of the ice drifts back to the faceoff circle. Passes across to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee board pass, not enough to get to Lashinsky, and that's an icing. With 0.6 seconds to go, boy, We like face-offs with a fraction of a second left. I apologize for missing the 1 minute call, but I was paying about as much attention as the rest were. And there it is. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is Utica 1, OHA 1. Here comes the Zamboni. These guys are safe. They wear helmets, even driving the Zamboni. Ooh, lots of warm air coming up from down there. So it doesn't look like they're going to be moving the clock at all. So I'm just going to leave the camera down here at center ice. You can watch the Zamboni go back and forth. Shout out to my sponsors. Without their support, I would have a very difficult time providing these games to you. It's because of contributions from my sponsors and contributions from viewers like you that enable me to keep my equipment up to date. Cameras break, mounts break. I got to replace batteries. Um, my laptop. I need a new laptop soon. So, but anyway, my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. They can personalize anything for you. They can put anything on anything, whether you buy it there or bring it in from somewhere else. They also have over 20 local vendors selling their locally made products on the shelves at Two Broke Moms. Stop in and say hi to Jess and Jen. Two Broke Moms. Help us be less broke. Hashtag crazy. Power Play Sports, located off Interstate 81, exit 47 in Watertown, New York. A fully stocked ice hockey sporting goods store with an indoor sheet of synthetic ice, also known as the shooting stall, and real ice that is 30 foot by 60 foot. Perfect for 3-on-3 games or tournaments. Great for mic practices. Excellent for skills and drills as well as clinics. Membership has privileges. Find out how you can be a member at Power Play Sports, and you can have access to the shooting stalls as well as other opportunities, including discounts on trainings and skills, drills, and clinics. That's Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown, New York. Top Notch Roofing CNY.com, where quality meets affordability. Servicing Oswego County and all points east, west, and south. Top Notch Roofing CNY.com. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in His glory. Servicing Jefferson County and all points east, west, and north. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you gotta be streamside. A beautiful and challenging 12-hole course located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. And Divots Restaurant and Bar. Cold drinks, delicious food, and the nicest people you could ever meet. Located in the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. That's Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll be back in a few minutes once this ice is done being resurfaced. All right, we are back for period number 3. Call your friends, call your neighbors' friends. Tell them to turn the game on. Period 3 is about to begin. We have had no penalties. I probably just jinxed that. And there we go. Face off won by OHA. Turned over in the neutral zone. Dalin back to LaBeouf. Back to Dalin. He gets checked. Loshing turns that around. Ice is really wet. Dmitry Tatovsky carries this into the offensive zone. Dmitry loses that in the circle. Regains possession. Brings us out to the center point. Loshing fires. Glove save. McAllister Wong. Dmitry Tatovsky facing off against Drew Main. Tatovsky drives this to the goal. Shot save. Watt. Rebound picked up by Tyler Main. Tyler to Drew. Drew feeds this past one defender. Oh, and it's able to be kept in. Baki couldn't get a shot off. Takes this to the corner. Loshing there. Slows it down. Baki centering pass. Loshing right to Tyler Main back. Save made. Adam Varasic. Puck comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Dmitry Tatovsky into the offensive zone. Tatovsky's shot goes into the corner. Picked up by Bedoin. Sent around on the far side. Tyler Drew battling against Jordan Laycock. Puck comes over. Xavier Baki feeds this right across to Tyler Main. Nice pass. Tyler lost this into the corner, so his line can go off for a change. Coming on is Law, Colin, and Cameron. James Law gets wrapped up over there with Karashalov, and this puck gets cleared. No icing. Witchley picks this up. Passes this out. One touch forward by Law. Law going up after it. This gets punched forward by OHA. Now it comes back. Tobias Tomek tried to fire that out. Gets deflected deep into the OHA zone. Sent around. Grabbed by Noah Brewer off the board. Noah trying to find some safety. Banks that off the backboard. Comes up on the near side. Dalin not able to stop it. Witchley catches it. Fires this low. Tipped by Colin. Aceto, save made by Adam Varasic. And he did a fancy goalie trick to scoop that puck up. 15 minutes to go in this game. 1-1 is the score. Dmitry Tatovsky against Colin Aceto. They get wrapped up. Colin comes with the puck. Shot off the side of the net. Law picks it up, puts it back towards the goal. Swatted away by Varasic. Collected in by DeBruschen. DeBruschen passes this up, and they are offside. They glues it together. I love that joke. That is awesome. Thank you, Keith. I was not aware of that. Uh, Keith, do you know why when birds fly south for the winter, why they fly in a V? I'll give you a minute to answer that. LaBeouf with the puck. Nice little forecheck there by Dmitry Tatovsky. A little aggressive check by Menard. Gavin Aceto cycling this around. Puck taken away by Dmitry Tatovsky. Tatovsky into the offensive end. Tries passing that across. Cat Hall gets a piece of it. Gunner shot. Save made by Watt. Puck goes in deep. Tatovsky to Gunner. Shot. Another save. And he covers that up while DeBruschen. So birds fly in a V when they go south because a G is too difficult to make. Now, when they fly in that V, ever notice how one side is longer than the other? Do you know why? Because there's more birds in that side. That's why. Gavin Aceto feeds this up to Xavier Baki. He almost got hit in the head. That was close to a high stick by Laycock, but we don't blow whistles in Canada. Oliver Janik centers that puck. Picked up by Abaki. Xavier with it. D to D pass to Aiden Van Wee. Aiden skates this up, trying to keep it away from Janik. Fires that on net. Save made by Voracek. Jordan Laycock puts us into the corner for Karashalov. Karashalov skates us up, passes this out, tried to hit Bedoin, taken away by Aiden Van Wee. Witchley keeps that away from Vizzy Caxo, able to dump that puck all the way down to the OHN. Laycock in after it. He gets checked by Colin Aceto, coming over, trying to help out Karashalov. Sends this behind the goal for Milan Vizzy Caxo. And we have a whistle. Oh, it's because the puck went out of play. I thought it was going to be because of interference. Manuel Beaudoin took out Cameron Dallin as the puck was coming near them. Well, we have a second puck on the ice. It got thrown back in by a fan. Look how packed these stands are. In this 7,000 seats, 7,200 seats. I got 7,392 seats in this arena, plus or minus 20. I could be off by as many as 20. That puck dumped into the corner. Dmitry Satoski sends this back into the corner, and Fabian Kasha not able to play it. Who is that that's sitting down on the job? Oh, it's Joey LaBeouf. And that's a hand pass. Law asking for that faceoff to go all the way down, but not going to. And there's the meteor. I love it. Oh, good jokes. Good jokes. Whoops. Chad Hull ran right into Colin Aceto coming away. There's a shot, save made, and that puck goes up and out of play. There's a huge opportunity for OHA. Dangerous for Utica. You generally don't like it when your defenseman runs into your center. Fresh legs out there. Drew, Tyler, and Gavin. Drew Main taking that faceoff, feeds that over to Chad Hull. Hull fires this around to Tyler. Tyler pulls it off. Oh, loses that puck. Gunner takes it away for OHA, centering pass, and it is missed in the slot by DeBrugen. Here come the Comets. Drew Main trying to make something happen. Loses that puck. Gavin Aceto takes it away. Shot from the dot. Wide left off the side of the netting. Drew comes out with it. Turns, fires, misses the net completely. This puck comes out, collected by Chad Hull in the neutral zone. Feeds this over to Andrew Witchley. Witchley looking to sneak this through to Drew Main. Janik got a piece of it. This gets gloved down, knocked over. Drew with it. Loose puck. Janik, Oliver Janik. Had that for a moment. Witchley grabs it, feeds this over to a wide open Tyler Main. Tyler coming in. Back to Drew. Oh, poked at by Voracek. Good job. Otherwise, he would have gotten lit up. That was a gimme goal right there. Oliver Janik across to Gunner. Gunner backhands this to Menard. Menard carrying this into the centering pass and blocked by Gavin Aceto. Centering pass again, this time blocked by Aiden Van Wee into the corner. Tyler Main takes that puck away, held in at the point by Milan Vizzy Caxo. Caxo fires it, goes off of Main into the corner. Menard picks it up, tries to take that shot. And I don't know if that was saved by McAllister or went off the skate of DeBrugen. But we've got a net off, I think. No, an interference! Oh my God, they called a penalty. I can't believe it. First penalty of the game. And it's against OHA number 11, Gunner. Time of that minor penalty. So we got OHA penalty number 11, Gunner. 2-minute minor for interference. Number 11, 2 minutes interference. Time of that minor penalty, 6:07 of the third period. And it looks like somebody called the timeout. Once this timeout is over, it will be a Utica Junior Comets power play. Look how cool that Jumbotron is, huh? Instead of a Colts, we should have a nice Dan-Dalin on there. I'm assuming the Colts got formed in 1992. No, that's not true because the Cornwall Aces were here for the AHL. So I don't know what that 92 stands for. All right, here we go. Utica on the power play. Tyler Main taking the faceoff, pulls this puck back. Aiden Van Wee grabs it. Van Wee to the center point, sends this over to Gavin Aceto. Shot low, and Verasic got a piece of that. Van Wee able to hold that puck in. Coming over, Drew Main with this. Gives this to Witchley. Witchley centering the Tyler shot and a save made. Witchley trying to keep that puck in, using the body. Tyler over there as well. Karashalov tried to get it out. Aiden Van Wee holds it in. Aiden over to Gavin Aceto. Gavin over to Drew Main. Drew back to Van Wee. The one-timer. Save made. Oh, my goodness. Did you see Verasic swatting? Is that Billy Smith in there? Oh, my God. Shot, save made. Gavin Aceto holding that puck. Ripped around. Witchley picks it up in the trapezoid. Puck comes out and knocked into the neutral zone by Manuel Beaudoin. Beaudoin gets around Van Wee. Backhand shot, save made. Aiden Van Wee grabs that puck, and he's going to hold on a minute here. Got 50 seconds remaining in the power play for Utica. Van Wee using the official for no reason. Aceto back to the official. Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee, long stretch pass to Witchley. Witchley got it. Comes back, picks this puck up. Drop pass back to Gavin Aceto. Gavin over to Tyler Main. Tyler back to Witchley. Witchley curling around, looking, feeds this to Drew. It goes over Drew's stick. Tobias Tomek back to play this puck. Gets it through the legs of Drew Main. Skating this up to the blue line. Gets picked by Tyler. Witchley shot, save made, covered up by Adam Verasic, and he yelled a naughty word to his teammate. Oh, Tobias Tomek is down in the neutral zone. I did not see what happened there. He may have had a collision with somebody. 15 seconds remaining in the player advantage for Utica. Yeah, Tomek is pushing himself off. Looks like he may have injured his right leg in the process or hurt it. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's hopping on his left foot. He's going to go back into the locker room. Unless if he may have blocked a shot. Anyway, Chad Hall, shot, save, rebound, grabbed by Cameron Dallin. Dallin puts this into the middle. Turning call, Colin Aceto couldn't get that shot off. Loose puck picked up by DeBrugen. And Gunner comes out as the teams return to even strength. Gunner received that pass, tried passing it over to Dimitri, but it was intercepted by James Law. From the point, fired by Menard, misses off the glass, comes around, held in by Loshing. Loshing fed this over to DeBrugen, who turned it over. Dallin knocked it out. Oh, I thought he knocked it out. I guess he didn't. Carrying that back in, Dmitry Tatovsky. Goes back behind the net, now passed over for Loshing. Loshing centering pass, blocked by Colin Aceto. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Gunner hooked his stick. Aceto to LaBeouf. LaBeouf to Law. Law touched it but loses it. Menard steps up, pushes this puck back in, goes off of LaBeouf's stick into the corner. He plays this off the backboard to the trapezoid. Pass this over to Chad Hall. Hall having a hard time catching that off the boards. Feeds this. Colin misses it. Lashinsky tried playing that out. Out it comes. Grabbed by Loshing. He dumps that puck in deep. Joe LaBeouf from the trapezoid, near side, as well as the rest of the Utica team. Passes across to Colin Aceto. Aceto plays this off the boards, penetrates into the offensive zone, has that puck in the slot. Loshing knocks it away to the corner. Puck tipped up, grabbing this. Oliver Janik. Janik passes this up to Bedoin, who threw the leg. One touch pass back to Janik. That was fancy as a shot and a goal scored by number 27, Koroshalov. Well, not sure who got the assist. But it is an OHA goal scored by number 27, Koroshalov. Time of the go-ahead goal, 9:37 of the third period. And OHA leads 2-1. Coming out with this puck, Oliver Janik. He gets around Tyler Main. Tyler still back-checking. Janik forced into the corner by Aiden Van Wee. Nice job of him blocking that puck from getting out in front. Koroshalov back to Laycock. Shot fired, gets deflected, goes harmlessly back behind the net, sent around. Tyler Main picks it up at the hash mark, feeds this up to Drew. Drew skating ahead. It's a 2-on-1. Tries to get around. Shot, save made by Adam Varasic. So OHA with a 2-1 lead, 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in this game. Colin Aceto in for the faceoff against Dmitry Tatovsky. Aceto wins the draw, but stepping forward, Milan Bizikaxo. Colin takes that puck back. Centering pass comes out too high. Fabian Caution with it. Passes into the middle for Noah Brewer. Brewer breaks into the offensive end, dumps his puck into the corner, going after it. His Caution comes up. Dalin tried giving it to Colin Aceto. Colin missed it. Centering pass to Brewer. Shot off the glove of McAllister Watt. Collecting that puck is Caution. Caution. Puck comes up. Loshing grabs this into neutral zone, feeds this across. Chad Hull's going to play it off the board. Puck on the blue line. Now it goes into the zone. James Law feeds this over to LaBeouf. LaBeouf up to Dalin. Dalin one touches it in deep into the OHA zone. Collected by Menard. Skates this up. Pass out to Dmitry Tatovsky. Dmitry trying to spin around, carries that puck into the corner, spins around again, avoids a check from Colin Aceto, still has that puck. LaBeouf hugs him because he knows he's not going to get called for a penalty. Nobody does. Gunner's shot. Whoa! That went off of McAllister's skate, then the post, up over the glass, and it's caught in the netting. Five minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the game. OHA 2-1 lead. Face off. Janik won it. Comes over. DeBruzian with it. Cycles this over to the hash mark. Now top of the circle. Tried feeding this into the corner. Andrew Witchley steals it. Witchley feeds this ahead for Tyler Main. Tyler trying to get around Bizikaxo. Does shot. Save made. Rebound off the boards by Gavin Aceto. And a soft shot easily covered up by Adam Varasic. 4:56 remaining in this game. Time keeps on tick-tocking away. Utica looks to come back and at least tie this game. Drew Main with the face-off. Face-off won by Oliver Janik. Fed back off the backboard. Comes around for Gunner. Gunner misses that pass and ices that puck hard. 4:47 remaining. Milan Bizikaxo taking a face-off against Tyler Main. Tyler drives forward. Puck gets turned back. Gunner, little soft touch, gets this to Tobias Tomek. Now Oliver Janik with it. Back over Gunner's shot. Save McAllister Watt. .437 remaining in the third period. 2-1 OHA with the lead. Dimitri Tatosky and Drew Main. Drew wins the draw. Puck sent all the way around by Aiden Van Weeg. Gavin Aceto couldn't catch it. Tomek trying to drive this puck back in. Witchley fires this forward. Drew has this in the slot. Backhand to Tyler. Couldn't pull the trigger. Puck sent over to the boards by Loshing. Carried out by somebody. Oh, Koroshalov. Shot, save made. McAllister Watt. He comes all the way out to knock that puck loose to avoid a rebound shot. Dmitry Chatosky to Koroshalov. Fires that high. Off the glass. Comes down. Gavin Aceto swatting at it. Gets this by Tomek. But Koroshalov sends this back into the corner. Witchley hits Koroshalov in the shoulder. Koroshalov looks at him like, what was that all about? Tomek tried putting that in. That went off of Tyler Main's hand to Witchley. No hand pass. McAllister Watt's paddle back behind the goal. Puck goes out of play. McAllister will get his stick back. Three minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. 2-1. Ontario Hockey Academy in the lead. Janik with the face-off against Colin Aceto. Puck kicked over to LaBeouf. LaBeouf feeds it to Hull and turned and shot fired by by Oliver Janik. No, it was fired by Noah Brewer. Anyway, loose puck behind the net. LaBeouf and Hull trying to pull this away. Puck goes to the corner. Brewer tried feeding it up. Grabbed by James Law. Law sends this across. Dalin turns around to play this off the boards. Feeds this ahead to Colin Aceto. And Colin was offsides. Debatable. Three minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Almost time for pie. Colin Aceto taking the face-off. Pulls this puck back. Joe LaBeouf moves this forward. Stepping over to grab that Jordan Laycock. Feeds this over to DeBrugen. DeBrugen gets this out into the neutral and sent back in. Colin going after it. Jordan Laycock, D-to-D pass over to Menard. Menard tries clearing it out. Law holds this in. Coming in is DeBrugen. Now the puck played by Laycock. Feeds this up to Gunner. Gunner along the board, centering pass, misses everybody, goes into the corner. DeBrugen plays this back behind the net. Gunner's not going to get there in time. Neither is Menard. Menard picks this up at the center line. Law's going to go off. Tyler Main on. Puck fed over to Laycock. Laycock, short pass over to Janik. To DeBrugen. DeBrugen knocked off by Tyler Main. Puck goes to Gunner. Shot save made. McAllister Watt. Chad Hull feeds this forward. Turned back by Menard. 2:20 to go, and Utica having a hard time getting this puck out of their zone. Hull. Oh, still. Well, it came out, but not far. DeBrugen's in possession of the puck. DeBrugen over to Menard. Menard back to DeBrugen. DeBrugen moves this up for Janik. Gunner loses that puck. LaBeouf coming out with it. LaBeouf lost this in the air off the boards. Busy Caxo tries sending this back. LaBeouf holds this in. Tyler Main has it at his heel. Puck is loose against the boards. Tyler falls down. Busy Caxo sends this behind the net for Morton Loshing. Loshing skating up with this puck. Loshing at the blue line puts that on net. Blocker save off the far wall. Picked up by LaBeouf. Banks that in. That goes off the stick of Busy Caxo. Drew Main in. Runs into Busy Caxo. Hey, happy VD. Coming back with this puck now. Dmitry Tatosky sends this ahead. Andrew Witchley there. Drew takes this behind his net, drops it back for Aiden Van Wee, who feeds this to Tyler Main. Tyler trying to make some space for him. Board pass to Aiden Van Wee. 1 minute of play remaining in this game. Van Wee into the O-zone, winds up shot, wide left and a touch high. Dimitri looking at the puck. Tyler Main feeds this back in. Oh, gets deflected. Drew is hurt. I think that puck caught him on the wrist or something. While Utica checks up onside, Loshing fires this down. Extra attacker on as McAllister Watt has been pulled. Witchley fires this up off of Tyler. 34 seconds to go. Tyler going in, runs into Adam Varasic. Colin Aceto over to Gavin. Shot save, back in. And that is covered up and scooped up by Adam Varasic. 24.9 seconds to go in this game. That was an excellent scoring opportunity for Utica. Unfortunately, not able to convert. Colin Aceto, Gavin Aceto. Puck comes back to Witchley. Witchley over to Van Wee. The one-timer clapper blocked in front. Tobias Tomek sends this out. Here comes Fabian Caution. Misses the open net. Aiden Van Wee, 12 seconds. Van Wee skating up. How fast can we get this down there? Gavin Aceto moves his foot. Oh, that went off the face of Aiden Van Wee. Sent back, and that's an icing. 1.9 seconds to go. OHA 2, Utica 1. .9 seconds. Gavin Aceto, nope. Colin Aceto is going to take this face off, and he is shooting. And that's the game. That'll do it. Well, and here's a whole bunch of nonsense. The game's over. Too late to fight now. So not sure if they're going to line up and shake hands or not. Wait here for a moment before I say anything. More conversation. I can't tell if it's good or bad conversation. And we are going to line up and shake hands like the good sportsmen we are. So as they shake hands, I would like to, again, thank you to my sponsors. They are listed down in the description of the video, as well as links to their websites if they have one, or Facebook page or whatever, as well as, my Venmo and PayPal information in case you wanted to make a contribution to me. Oh, Keith, that's an old one. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. And thank you for supporting my sponsors. From the Cornwall Civic Center in Cornwall, Ontario, Canada, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, please, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day. Final score, 2-1.